Hello, welcome to Between the Realms, the third video in this series to date, and today's date is February the 9th, 2020. It is the weekend of the snow moon, the Leo full moon, and it is a super moon. I have lighting up this room where I'm recording this, the beautiful morning light. And in perfect keeping with it being the snow moon, we were revisited yesterday by winter's full force. The whole of this region, which is on, for me, the edge of the Catskill Mountains in upstate New York, but all the way up into Canada and barreling along through New England, was a major winter storm. So if there was a way to easily show you the beauty that's returned of winter here, I gladly would, but it would take too much fidgeting with having you see that. So you can use your imagination, or if you live anywhere near where I do, you experience some of this for yourself. So welcome to this third video of Between the Realms. I am in awe and very humbled by the wonderful reception of the first of the videos, which was on the new moon. And I'm going to draw a tiny blank on which of the zodiac signs it was. So forgive me, there's occasionally not everything goes right into place, but if you saw it, you certainly know what it was. If you have yet to see it, it's within the list of Between the Realms videos. There was a second video in between that was dedicated to discussing my book, Answering Avalon's Call. It's available for you to see if you've yet to see it, when I spoke specifically about this, but also this incredible map that's on the wall behind me. There's a section of notes that goes with that video, and you can look that over and see what you think about that. But I thank all of you who have seen that or might be encouraged now to have a look at it. So let's get going so this doesn't become overlong. I have found, as this is a new offering for the work that I'm doing, that I can go on a bit. So I'll try to keep to my outline of a script here and see where it gets us. So again, thank you so much for those of you who are supporting me in this. Thanks so much for just encouraging me to continue. I welcome new subscribers. If you want to keep up with this on a more regular basis, then you'll know when the next one comes. But at the moment, my plan is to key them into the moon cycles of the new and the full moon. With the new moon of 2 weeks ago, we were also celebrating the Chinese New Year, which is the year of the rat, but also that incredible ancient holiday. We call it Groundhog's Day now, but it was Imbolc, a time for the seeds of the new year to be planted. And if you gave that more thought, of course, I am wondering what is stirring in the seeds, the planting of the seeds, what might be stirring for you. And we'll see if something of this message today will help you in knowing more about that. I would like to share with you some information that came to my attention about this full moon. So I will go there at this point. Linking also the source of this information because there was so much. So trying to figure out what to share took me a little time. So for certain, it's a Leo full moon, and Leo is the lion. This is from an astrologer whose web identity is Radical Radiance. So you'll see her link in the notes. And I have this from her message. Leo the lion, the snow moon, whoops, and it disappeared on, it's getting it back. Yeah, nothing like live production. We'll see how this goes. Still a learning curve. Thanks for your patience. This moon is all about having the courage to live our truth and let the heart be our guide. This time is about owning ourself, having pride in being our authentic self, and feeling the courage to pave our own way. This is encouraging us to have the courage, and I like that the word encouraging and couraging, having the courage to open our hearts once again to the divine love that has been awaiting us. This is about living as a unified collective. This is the culmination point of coming together as one unified source of energy. We have certainly been united in news of our nation, of the world. In the video previous to this, I made reference to our hearts being united for the plight of Australians, people and animals and land. We have been united, unfortunately, as a collective, and I say that in all truthfulness with the events in our nation's capital. So I'm going to go back to reading what she says. So that was a little side note for sure. She says, the last thing I'd like to share from Radical Radiance about this full moon. The larger collective has been receiving many upgrades as these energies begin to be integrated. Many are now leaving the traditional safe way of being to lead their own path. Many are now feeling the call to rise into a higher purpose and a higher mission, as there is a push to rise to serve the collective, utilizing unique abilities and gifts now. There is a sense to go off and lead in ways that have not been done before. Many are understanding that they are here for a bigger purpose. Awakening to Earth missions, the collective is beginning to move through doubts and fears regarding following this path while maintaining prosperity. Whatever needs to be cleared, and I know I'm to emphasize this for all of you as individuals, whatever needs to be cleared in order for you to fully trust this process, to align with your mission and align with the prosperity the life will bring to you when you are aligned with this. It's a long sentence. This alignment, this support is surfacing and seeking to be released now. There's so much more at this, so I will link that to you, link that in the notes below so you can read it for yourself. Let me put this to sleep so I won't be distracted by my screensaver, which is all kinds of wonderful photos from my albums. I don't think I need this online anymore, so I'll shut it down. I was drawn to do these videos. I spoke about this in the debut video for purposes that I know are part of my mission on the planet. The bigger picture of my own journey is certainly reflected in this book, Answering Avalon's Call, The Mystical Odyssey of an Earth Healer. And I know that in part, these videos, the videos are in perfect order of my continuing in this vein. I'm speaking to you at a place that has such amazing, beautiful earth energy, offering its own healing, the place called Light Spring Glen. And information about that offered to you in the debut video. I know I don't want to go on about it today, but I know that those of you coming to hear me at any given point, there's something that I have to share with you which will stir something in you. And we began these videos on Imbolc when I encouraged you to think about planting seeds of your own new year and allowing that to go forward. I'm going to turn to something actually that surprised me that this was going to be possibly a part of things, But once again, I was encouraged to draw cards from the Glastonbury Tarot, and see, mostly it was for my own guidance, but then I realized after that first time that there was messages to share with you. So the cards I drew were, and these are the major arcana, King Arthur or the Emperor. Yeah. Another major arcana, which I will speak about, which is the Chariot in more traditional decks, and it's called that here. And if you lean in close and see it, it's the Barge of Avalon. Glastonbury Tor is there in the background. I will speak about this. And then last, because behind me, you will see probably every time, or at least quite often, this beautiful image of the Chalice Well cover and the image that's on it. So the last card I drew was the reflection of this in this card, the Ace of Vesicas, a very powerful card. And I know these cards are coming more for me to share with you and to see what messages they might contain. So I offer that to you. King Arthur is, King Arthur, yes, oh my gosh, so much going on with that in Avalon, and I will not let myself get distracted. I want to speak to you about this card. You see the waters that were part of the landscape in those ancient days of Avalon. And here is the message of the card that I feel is most important to share today. The Chariot represents a state of increasing confidence, which attracts success in our endeavors. In a reading, this card shows that you are able to control your situation through the focus of the will. It is a time of success and victory over obstacles. The Chariot represents new and positive beginnings, like that. You are moving into a new dimension of life, a change for the better, a fresh phase. The Chariot also signifies the ability to look deep within yourself and to be guided by your intuition. There is a need to tie up any loose ends in your life so that you can move forward freely. So those cards are, I'm going to peek quick back to Ace of Vesicas, see if I should pull up anything. Oh yes, I did want to say something about it. Come up right now. Yes, thank you. The Ace of Vesicas, and this beautiful Vesica piscis, which is on the cover of the Holy Well in Glastonbury, Chalice Well Gardens. The Ace of Vesicas design is, let me see if I can hold it closer so you can see it. All right. The Ace of Vesicas design is the ground plan upon which Glastonbury Abbey was built. This geometric design represents the grounding of spiritual energy so that it can be manifested on a practical level. Many ancient churches and sacred sites and buildings, including Stonehenge, are based upon this geometry. So I'll leave it right there, because as you know, I could go on, and I'm going to try to wrap this up. It's a lot more fun than I thought it was going to be. So, yeah, I'm just happy that this has become part of what I do. And it took me a while to warm up to a shout out again to Diana Rankin. Yes, ma'am. She was after me for at least 6 months to take this on. So, Diana, thank you very much. I will renew the link to your website as well. The other person to whom I give credit, and I want to talk a little bit about Valentine's Day, because by the time you see this, it will certainly be close. I wore red as an homage to Valentine's Day as well. So much of what I know is coming through these videos is renewing and strengthening your connection, our connection all to Mother Earth, which is eminently, beautifully here for me in so many amazing ways. But there's something really simple to do for you. In the very first of the videos, if you haven't seen it, or if you did see it, I want to remind you or encourage you, if it's the first time, There's a beautiful and simple blessing from Mother Earth, which is in the notes and with which I conclude that first video. But something for you to do in this upcoming Valentine's Day for Mother Earth. If you're in a snowy place, go out, especially if you can be near water. It doesn't really matter though if you can't. And with a stick, I always go with a walking stick. I draw hearts on the snow. I sometimes draw them very near where the waters are, so when the snow melts, it will go into the stream or the pond or into the waterfall. Write love on the snow, draw a heart, sing to Mother Earth, tell her that you love her, and receive back from her her love for you. The other thing, and this is something that just popped up as I was preparing this morning, but many years ago as I was learning more to love myself, the teacher that I had at the time said, Carol, go out, buy yourself a Valentine, and know that it comes from your guides, your angels, the most beautiful Valentine that you, just one you'd love to receive, and buy it for yourself. Try that. It was so, I'm getting goosebumps. It made me cry just picking it out and keeping it on my shelf. Valentine to love myself and from my guides. Check that out this time. I'm going to conclude once again with I'm going to conclude, I won't always include a poem of Mary Oliver's to honor once again, and I have a whole series of videos I did last summer, Summer Mondays with Mary. It's about to become part of this channel. I don't know if you're going to receive notices when they're posted. They were all short videos, but they should be posted pretty soon. So if you want to see them again or see them for the first time. Hasn't been easy to be a citizen of this country, to be a citizen of the world. In the last couple weeks, we look for ways to bring joy in our life, and Mary Oliver offers us this, and I offer it to you at the conclusion of this video. It is this. Thank you, Mary. It's from a wonderful book, Swan, of her collections of poems. I worried, the title. I worried a lot. Will the garden grow? Will the rivers flow in the right direction? Will the earth turn as it was taught? And if not, how shall I correct it? Was I right? Was I wrong? Will I be forgiven? Can I do better? Will I ever be able to sing? Even the sparrows can do it, and I am, well, hopeless. Is my eyesight fading, or am I just imagining it? Am I going to get rheumatism, lockjaw, dementia? Finally, I saw that worrying had come to nothing and gave it up and took my old body and went out into the morning and sang. I am going to take my old body out into this morning and I will sing. May you find opportunities to take your body, young, old, in between. We are all ageless. Take your ageless body out into this beautiful world. Write love on the ground, on a leaf that you set free. Send it to Mother Earth and receive back from her her love. I send you love from Light Spring Glen. Happy Valentine's Day. I will see you next on the new moon and a few little videos honoring Mary Oliver. Thank you so much for coming and being a part of this morning with me in terms of the fact that time is an illusion. So you're actually all here right now and the cat's once asleep, waiting for more sun. Take good care. I'll see you soon. Bye for now.